Yeah, I did that. Uh-huh.
Hello, everyone. This is AnnestaciA KomarovsK coming to you. Oh, that's time. So we're on time. We're on air. Yeah. Okay. So put that away. So that was Kamala Harris that you just saw. So there was a report today that she was looking for a new home here in Malibu. So I don't know if you heard. So this is apparently, the area of her new home. Down by the, south of the Star of David there. And, it kind of makes sense. I mean, her husband is somewhat Jewish, and she's a Baptist. So, that was, we went out looking for, today on KBBU radio, they were reporting that there was, sorry, my lipstick's red. Yeah, drawing attention to it, not good. So, I guess we'll start out with the report of the cougar, on PCH. So we went out there looking for that, and that's how we wound up into her home. There was a report of a cougar near this possible new home, so we went looking for that. But there are no cougars in California. It's mountain lions. So we did find that. And let me see. Remind me not to do my lipstick this way. Here is the story that we went to first. Okay, so we went here. It was News Nation. Okay, so here we are. News Nation had this report, exclusive report, about her home. And there it is. And that's how we got there in the first place. So, sorry. A lot of interference there on the scanner. So Kamala Harris and Doug for $10 million home, source says. But once again, our original intent was to be out there for the cougar. So we kind of stopped by. We did some video on that. But we did find this, and that was, in California, we have mountain lions, not cougars necessarily, or pumas. A big cat. There you go. That's a big cat. Yeah. Cute pictures. It's a neat animal. So we did some, by the way, don't need the mic. It's optional. So I would do my traditional get up and, show you the TV set, but for some reason I'm not going to do it today. A couple things of gratitude, and I need to get to is, and there's so many things to cover, and I was told by a producer to kind of stay on topic. And so I don't know if the follow cam works, but one thing I want to do is gratitude, and that is, God, that lipstick is terribly red. Yeah, better lipstick, Ann. Lipstick on? I don't want to call myself anything weird, but yeah, bright red. I wanted to have some gratitude for a couple things. First of all, Blue Diamond almonds. I like these a lot. Kind of my favorite flavor and stuff. Boldy. They take up a lot of water in California, which currently we have a lot of water, but they say these could be problematic. And if you go up to 5 and stuff, you'll see a lot of, on the freeways, you'll see almond trees. And they consume a lot of water. So right now we're blessed with a ton of water. So who knows? The other thing too is they delivered this as well. I got these. Haven't opened up these yet, but you can get some groceries delivered to your home. And the other thing I wanted to be have gratitude is for the network. Here, I'll get up because it doesn't want to show it sometimes. So I'll get up. This TV network, News Nation, was kind enough to give me work in Washington, D.C. And I got to see a lot of the U.S. and how government works because of the opportunity they gave me. And on the big screen is KTLA, which is their affiliate here. Okay, so that's called gratitude. I mean, didn't leave on the best terms, but we left. I'm too much of a perfectionist, and I want things done right. So I kind of something I kind of share with. Well, I don't want to say this, but it's true. It's true. It's President Trump. And sorry, our clocks are off still. I mean, we need to fix that. But the time's kind of right. But there he is talking about Venezuelan oil and stuff. So that's something that's going on. And he had a big meeting today at in Washington, D.C. at the White House. And bizarrely, he looked out the back room just randomly and decided to say, this is where the new ballroom will be. I don't know if you guys caught that, but he actually did that. He stood up and just in front of all these oil executives started saying, this is where the new ballroom's going to be. So that was pretty different for him, I would say. So the camera is functioning. Oops, sorry, wrong thing. Yeah, and I see we already did that one. Okay. Oh, yeah, that was more on protection for former people running for, well, that's protection for Kamala Harris. Yeah, so that's kind of what's going on there. And we got that in the news. That's AOL. When's the last time you heard of that? And she gets her, let's see. So what were we doing here? We were doing something. Oh, yeah, we're doing, I'm sorry, we're a little confused here. And somebody told me, report the news that isn't being reported. I go, okay, I agree. Okay, so what's not being reported? Here's a story you're not going to hear much about. This one here, Donald Trump reveals Didi asked me for a pardon in the letter but doesn't plan to do so. So this is kind of new. See, January 8th. That's yesterday. So you're not hearing much about this because we're hearing about everything else, about throwing snowballs and stuff. Yeah, so we got that going. The other thing too, Reuters is reporting. This is the same story we just saw, but this is Reuters' version of it. So this is the kind of stuff that we see that you don't read anywhere else. Oops, see, this advertising is how they pay for this. Sky News, I used to work for them. And you're not hearing about this. Okay, so there's another story you're not hearing about. Yeah. See, these are the things you need to worry about that what everyone else is not talking about. Instead, we're talking about stories like this. So, welcome to Malibu. Don't bring your traffic and stuff. So, yeah. So things like that. Camilla, welcome to Malibu. Okay, I'll see you I think I posted this earlier. We went up to the area looking for the cougar, and ran into our house too. So, yeah, I don't really like that lipstick. My look needs a little work. Sorry. Didn't get much sleep. Had weird dreams. It does happen when you burn the candle at three ends. You're gonna get weird stuff that happens. The other thing too is like I know I had more, and for some reason it just kind of disappears. But like I said, we were doing this whole thing on, we were typing in like cougars and stuff, and we ran into this. It's just, why does this come up? Look, I mean, this is what came up, So she's new in town. I know she could take it. So one thing too is like we found this, the Highway Patrol. And what we were looking for was their website where it dealing with how they handle protection for dignitaries and stuff, which we did. Oh, we did find it. Okay, here. So we can share this. This is something you don't hear much about. Okay, and we called them today. Protective Service Division. Okay. This is California Highway Patrol. Protective Services. Okay. I bet you didn't know this existed. You just see your regular folk and don't really think about it. CHP does a lot more than just patrolling the highway. Yeah, they sure do. And if we go back one more, they have Dignitary Protection Services. Okay. Bet you didn't know about this. And that's the kind of stuff to worry about. To make sure that even she, as a former, she's a former government person, is protected. So she was getting Secret Service protection for a few years, and President Trump stopped that. Then she started getting LAPD, and they said no, thank you. So then Governor Newsom gave her CHP. So this might be a nice way to bring CHP patrols onto PCH. So she moves to Malibu, and we get more CHP presence in Malibu. So it's kind of like is it a win? But we can't confirm the story because I asked a friend, and she was able to confirm. And she's a really nice person, and she has a nice website, and she does some nice stuff. And I'll circle around on this story because I find it kind of interesting, intriguing that we get a former vice president here in town. And that'll change the dynamics for a small community like Malibu, because will we see her at Vintage Market? Are we going to see her at Starbucks? What happens when you have a former vice president profile like that? And she's kind of young, so what is she going to do next? Is she going to run for city council? So I actually have something that I did come up with an idea, and that is what something President Trump was saying. And I'm going to rack it up here because you're not going to believe this. You will not believe this. You heard that President Trump says his next term. So was it President Trump 2028? Did you ever think that he can run for office again? There you go. I bet you never thought that he could be governor. Yeah, did you ever give that a thought? That he could be a governor? So, don't have to change the Constitution. It's just he just changes position. He could be a governor, a city council person, a senator, going backwards. This doesn't sound like a bad idea. The other thing, too, they said, hey, Ann, we need to know more about your qualifications because you keep telling us you're running for governor and everything. Oh, sorry, that's the lipstick. A little bit of red on my... Yeah, see, this is what happens when you go live. You can't, it's live. Around the world, around the universe. Bad lipstick and all. Ugh. I'm trying to get a lighter shade, but I guess I better do a better job of doing that. So, what were they doing? Oh, yeah, it said qualifications. Yeah, and one thing is I go on Facebook and Nextdoor, and I have our earlier video, we did a drive along PCH looking for that cougar. Now what I can do is tag that on and see if it works, and if not, just put it at the end. But I did it in Facebook Live, as we did yesterday in the Pacific Palisades. So if you don't follow us on Facebook, you're kind of missing out, because we do a lot of stuff via Facebook, because they allow us to, believe it or not. And I'll go to my website here real quick. I bet you're not familiar with it. Okay, this is my presence on Facebook. There you go. My presence on Facebook. Not a lot of followers, but the point is you have to have the right followers, the right eyes on you. And there's some of my qualifications and stuff. So this is me on Facebook. So if you visit me here, you can see a lot of stuff. So remember I was telling you yesterday that I always seem to be at the right place at the right time. In this case, it was a cross in the sky earlier today. Yeah, that really did happen. So the times they be a changing. Everything's different. Everything is unique. And yesterday I showed you a copy of a Bible. Yeah, it was the Reader's Digest version. And I looked it up, and it was a vintage version of a Bible. So I don't know what's going on, but something big is about to come. And the winds are very strong outside, but it's very pretty. So all I want to do is roll out on that video that we shot earlier. And what I'll do, what I want to do is, roll out and then tag it on, because this was done earlier today on Facebook. So, you know what they say, if it's not on Facebook, it didn't happen. In this case, it's kind of true, because it did happen. And I'll roll out on it, and what I'll do is I downloaded it and do a 4K version. And we also did a little drive on 4K as well. So deep gratitude to everybody who supports AnnestaciA KomarovsK, me, and whatever. I typed in my name on News Nation search, and I don't come up. I was like, but I'm running for governor. That's true. No one seems to know I exist. Am I a ghost? But don't forget to go to church tomorrow, okay? So this is all brought to you. Everything I do is brought to you by everyone, nature and stuff. So President Trump and everybody, we're all working for the same people. So I will fade out to this, and so this is AnnestaciA KomarovsK with the 4:44 p.m. 4th Estate News, and I'll see you tomorrow. So watch this. Hello, everybody. This is AnnestaciA KomarovsK. Oh, that went pretty fast. This is AnnestaciA KomarovsK coming to you live from Malibu. We have a report of a cougar at Zima Beach, or near there. So we're going to go look for it. Here we go. So we're headed northbound. Well, they call it northbound, westbound, PCH. So we're going live. We're at Paradise Cove now. And we're headed to go find a cougar. On PCH. 5714 Olympic Boulevard. Oh, people are really moving along today. Pretty fast. There you go. Live view. Oh, you gotta slow down. Okay. Oh, come on. Where's my lucky number? Oh, there. So I gotta hurry back because my iPhone 13 Pro warranty expired today. So I finally figured out what the 13 was for, because if you multiply 13 times 2, it becomes 26, my year. So that phone has a lightning connector on it, and has been replaced once before, so I don't know if it was worth replacing.